Put more productive. Anthony Jason from 10 o'clock with the Sports Bar following kickoff. Still lots more to get into on the show tonight. We're talking men's mental health, and have been for the last couple of hours, and I had some terrific guests. We're going to take some callers now. Dan is a Liverpool fan and a men's mental health advocate. Delighted to say joining the show now. Evening, Dan.
Hey Nat, how you doing?
Very good indeed. Thanks so much for calling in and getting involved with the discussion, because I guess that's the key point, isn't it? That the more openly these subjects are discussed, the easier they are for people to come to terms with and to address, and not to feel that it's an issue that they do.
Yeah, for sure. And thank you to you for having me on. I'm actually flying out to Kiev in the early hours of the morning.
Right.
So I've gone from really excited to really nervous to being on your show. So
okay. The whole gamut. There you go. So
yeah.
Dan, tell us a bit about the work that you do in this space, because you launched an Instagram account, right, for men to follow on Instagram that helps them with anxiety in particular. Tell us more about this.
Yeah, no problem at all. So I'm actually a men's mental health advocate. I'm an ultra runner and creator of the Male Anxiety and Depression Instagram account. And it was actually in January this year, I was doing a 600k run through Nepal for my charity. And as I was running, I was reflecting on my own story. So I had a 20-year struggle with OCD. And I always say there's only one thing worse than living with OCD, and that's living with OCD and not knowing that you had OCD.
Right.
It centered in and around intrusive thoughts. It was horrible. And it also sort of included a 15-year battle with alcohol and addiction as well. So I've been suicidal a couple of times in my life, and I was always torn between the love of my family and my friends and my love for sport and stuff like that, but not wanting to live as well because of the sort of torture that was going on in between my ears. And thankfully I got help and I got well from all of it. And I just thought that I was going to get back from my run in Nepal, and I was going to launch an Instagram account, because there's a lot of Instagram accounts out there that sort of help ladies, but there's not a great deal that are targeting men. And I was going to focus on my knowledge in and around lifestyle and how lifestyle plays an important factor in all of mental health, but specifically anxiety and depression, which is the two areas that I'm sort of experienced in talking about. Yeah.
So what kind of stuff appears on the feed then?
Okay, cool. So I focus on what I call the 4 circles approach to mental health. So the first one is biology, and that includes everything to do with nutrition and fitness. The second circle is psychology. Working with a psychologist really, really transformed my life. It was the most powerful things that I ever did. And then the final 2 circles, one is about our social circles and society. And then the last one is spirituality. So every day I'm posting on those 4 topics.
Dan, what's the Instagram handle again? Just read that out for us.
Yeah, so it's at Male Anxiety Depression. So abbreviated to MAD.
Male Anxiety Depression. Okay, yeah. I'm looking at it now. Actually, I've got it racked up here. So this is such a useful thing, I guess, because we're talking about the trouble that some men have in terms of addressing things, or that worried about the perception that might create and engender with their mates if they're dealing with some of these issues, but don't know if they can talk to anyone about. And this, I guess, is a good first step. It's something that listeners can get involved with if they're worried about that, and look at and start to get inspiration from and experience from to help tackle things. But I guess, and you brought this out by discussing your relationship in terms of talking to a psychologist. I guess talking to somebody is the most important thing, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. And I kept it to myself for 20 years, and I have always had a beautiful relationship with both my family and my friends. But yeah, I just suffered in silence, and as soon as you start to share it with somebody, you start to get onto the road to recovery. And the message that I carry is that recovery is possible, and if it can work for me, then it can certainly work for you. Yeah.
It's a terrific message. Dan, I really appreciate you calling the show. Congratulations with setting this up. One more time, it is Male Anxiety Depression. That's the Instagram feed. MAD is the abbreviation. So go in and check that out. And as Dan said, if anything that he's talked about, or indeed any of our guests on the show tonight have discussed it, they resonate with you, then do something about it, because they have, and it worked for them. Terrific stuff, Dan. Thanks so much indeed. Best of luck this weekend.
Oh, thank you. Cheers, Matt. Bye now.
Dan,